All right, welcoming you to Chair Yoga for the care of Waldenstroms. We're here with a wonderful group of friends from all over who are experiencing a variety of different things as a result of Waldenstroms, as a result of other issues. And something we've been discussing before I press this record button, for those of you who are watching the recording, we've been discussing that mental shift that one takes from the change in energy patterns. So my mind thinks I can do all this stuff that my body is saying no to. And how do we make that shift? So I'll kind of give you some cues today that some other friends have found helpful, like not pushing past, your energy level and kind of learning to see where that is. And then, really resting when you need to rest. And we'll have a portion at the end of our class today where you will be invited to do some deep resting. So let's go and get started. I wanted to sort of frame this class around the concept of beating the blues. And this time of year can get a little bit dreary where I am. And I like to kind of theme our classes towards things you might be experiencing. And this is something that some of you have talked about lately is, feeling a little bit down or feeling anxious. And the research shows that yoga can be an incredibly valuable tool for managing depression, anxiety, and it's, safe, accessible, great approach to improving mental health. Of course, that's to be done alongside our standard medical care and with the support of professional mental health counseling. But I thought it was really wonderful to see in a recent article that came out from Harvard Health. They looked at the effect of a variety of relaxation techniques on depression and anxiety in older adults. And the interventions included massage therapy, progressive muscle relaxation, stress management, and listening to music along with yoga. And while all of those techniques had some benefit, yoga and music were the two most effective for both depression and anxiety. And yoga appeared to have the longest lasting effect. So today, we're going to focus on uplifting the body, mind, and spirit with gentle movement, energizing breath exercises, and a guided relaxation meditation with the singing bowls and my chimes. So we'll hopefully address, uplifting the spirit a bit. So let's get started. If you've been sitting for a while and just listening and you want to make some changes to your posture, you might lift the shoulders up, back, and down. You might stretch the arms. You might, let out a huge sigh. And then we're going to come to a comfortable seated posture where you can stay upright with the feet on the earth. Does that sound okay, the chimes? Okay. So beginning to arrive, you could close the eyes. You could cast your gaze downward, or you could look at the monitor and see all of your friends. And beginning to arrive in whatever state of being you're in, drinking in the breath, inhaling, exhaling. Easy breath in through the nose, out through the nose or mouth. And with the feet on the ground and the crown lifting into the heavens, I'm going to draw the energy up with my breath, up to the crown of the head, and then I'll relax on my exhalation. And I could just take a few more easy breaths like that. And just a reminder, friends, it's okay to not be okay. Breathing in, drawing that energy up, relaxing the feet on the earth, seat in the chair. Very good. I'm going to open my eyes gently now and just begin to move my right ear towards my right shoulder. I'll inhale to center. Exhale, left ear, left shoulder. Breathing in to center. Just moving the head from side to side with my breath at the foreground. Inhale, center. Exhale, right ear, right shoulder. And you're just moving at your own pace. And maybe giving yourself a little zone of practice. So today I'm only going to practice to 25% of my effort if I'm feeling really depleted. And I know I need to reserve some of my effort for things I have going on later. Moving my head from side to side one more time. Coming back to center, and then let's go ahead and just come back into that nice posture. I'm going to take a couple chin tucks. So I'm bringing my chin back as if creating a double chin and noticing what muscles I'm using for that. So I'm just always aware of this chin jutting out business that I've got going on. And I'm just practicing turning on those muscles that allow me to lengthen the back of my neck. That's good. And I might take one more chin tuck, and if it doesn't feel good, don't do it. All right? Some of us are already really good at jutting the chin, so I'm doing the opposite of that. And now from here, I'm going to bring my chin over to the right side. Take a breath in. Exhale back to center. You've got it. Inhale, chin to the left. Exhale back to center. Now I'm going to move the chin up a little bit, breathing in. Come back to center. Inhale, chin going down. Inhale back to center. So I'm going to do that movement again, and then we're going to add a sound to the movement. So we're breathing into the right. Exhale to center, nice and slow. Inhale, left. Exhale back to center, nice and slow. Now lifting up, inhale. Exhale to center, nice and slow. You've got it. And last time we're going to inhale, tuck the chin down. Come on back to center. So now I'm going to combine some vowel sounds with that movement, and this will help relax my neck and help get me into my body a little bit more. So optional to make these sounds. If you prefer to just do the movement, that's fine. I'm going to inhale, chin to the right. As I come back to center, I'm going to say ooh. Inhale, chin to the left. Back to center. Ah. Inhale, lifting. Back to center. E. Inhale, tuck the chin. Coming back to center. So it's ooh, ah, e, and And it doesn't really matter if you get the sound right. It's just that we're making a sound. So let's try it again. Breathing in to the right. Back to center. Ooh, nice nice and slow. Inhale, left. Back to center. Ah. Inhale, lift. Back to center. E. Inhale, tuck. Back to center. Very good. So that's called the Brahma Mudra. What I saw something come into the chat. I'll get back to you on that, Beverly. I'm not sure what that means. So that's called Brahma Mudra, and it's just a series of movements combined with vowel sounds, connecting. You know, it keeps us focused. Oh, the chime. I have to look that up. I forget. Sorry. That we can utilize when we are needing to focus, and we might also be caring for neck tension. So let's go ahead and take that little sip of water. Come to the edge of your seat. If you're not already there, relax the arms down at the sides. So I'm letting my arms dangle, feeling the length in my arms, feeling that space opening up in my shoulders, my elbows, my wrists. And then I'm going to take a very gradual approach to lifting my arms. I'm going to float both arms out to the sides just a little bit and come on back down with my exhale. Inhale, arms rising maybe a little bit higher. Exhale, float the arms back down. Beautiful. Inhaling, lifting. Floating back down, and just notice how much of you wants to go to the full expression like right away. It's work for me to actually approach things gradually, sometimes gently. So I'm lifting the arms a little higher up. Maybe it's just one arm. If you're caring for discomfort in one or both shoulders. Breathing in, arms rising up. Breathing out. Maybe coming up a little higher. And as I lift the arms up, maybe my palms now raise up, face each other, and relax back down, facing out. So I'm inhaling, palms facing up. Exhaling, palms facing down. So just a nice, gentle introduction to that shoulder range of motion. And now I'm going to take a gentle twist. So I'm lifting my arms up. And as I exhale, I'm going to twist to my right and bring both arms down onto my right side somewhere. Inhale, back up to center, arms raising. Exhale, gentle twist to the left. You've got it. We'll do this a few times, your own pace. Breathing in, arms rise, breathing out, twisting to the right. Inhale, arms lift. Exhale, release, arms down, left side. Maybe we'll do one more on each side, or you could stop if that feels like enough for you. Keeping that breath flowing. Beautiful. And then I'll come back, hands lifted, and maybe bring my hands, my paws to heart center. Open the arms out to the sides. Bring the palms back. Push the heart forward. Squeeze those shoulder blades. It's a little bit of a back bend. Back bends can be uplifting and energizing. And then I'm going to give myself a hug, one arm on top. Doesn't matter which. Just notice which arm naturally wants to go on top. Opening the arms wide. Heart lift. You've got it. And then other arm on top, another hug. So apparently I need 12 hugs a day. This is the recommended dosage of hugs. I don't know where that stat comes from. It just stuck in my mind from something I read a long time ago. And we don't necessarily get 12 hugs a day, do we? So we've got to give them to ourselves, as cheesy as that sounds. I think it's a nice practice, especially in the dreary month of February. All right, so I think I've just given myself, I don't know, I'm on about hug number 5. I'm going to do one more for good measure. Opposite arm on top. And I'll just tuck my chin and take a couple of breaths into that upper back. You've got it. And then releasing the arms down. So, sorry about that chair noise. I'm going to come to the edge of my chair and I'm going to swing my arms back behind me and just let the arms hit on the chair wherever feels good. And I'm going to lift my heart and squeeze my shoulder blades together. Maybe my chin stays level with the earth. Maybe my chin lifts a little bit for our version of a cobra pose. So thinking of that cobra rising up out of the basket, basking in the warm sun, feeling that openness in the chest, proud chest. Letting the shoulders relax, letting the jaw relax. And then we're releasing and letting the arms swing and dangle. And I might take a moment to just lean forward, bring my forearms onto my thighs, if that would feel good. I'm avoiding rounding the back, but I am feeling the length in my spine. And I'm going to take a couple of breaths where I try to feel the sensation of the breath in my back. I feel that space in the back body. And this might be where I stay, or I could come to more of a forward fold if that would be okay for me in my back. I don't want to stay here long, but I just want to kind of explore where is my forward fold today. And I might take a really big breath in and just sigh it out the mouth, maybe make a little sound. And then I'm walking myself up nice and slow. And we'll get into some sun salutations, our chair version of a sun salutation. So yeah, I'm taking off my socks. I've been kind of a little cold in the studio here today, so I have my socks on. But in our practice, you can practice with grippy socks, bare feet, full shoes, whatever feels good, especially if you're caring for balance challenges and you prefer the support of a shoe. You can leave those shoes on. We will be standing up in a moment. So with my sun salutation, I'm going to start with my arms down at my sides. And I'm just sort of noticing my pelvis and trying to find a nice stable place for that pelvis. Zipping up my core. You've got it. A nice little zip up. Drawing that energy up from the earth to the crown of my head, beyond into the heavens. Now I'll inhale my arms out to the sides and up overhead. As I exhale, I'll take my fold forward as far as feels safe to me. Inhale, bring that torso up and bring the arms straight out in front. Good. We'll take a breath in, arms rise up. Exhale, swing the arms back, grab onto the chair. Proud cobra, inhaling. And then exhale, we'll lean that heart forward again, arms straight in front, strong through the core. This is a kind of a version of a chair pose. Arms rising up. And hands coming to heart center, or paws coming to heart center. And now I'll bring my arms straight out in front. So I'm going to put something in between our sun salutation. And I'm going to twist over to that right side, bring my right arm to the right, bring both arms back to center, left arm to the left, twisting to the left, coming back to center. And then I'll just bring my hands to heart center and begin again. So arms rising out and up. Exhale, slow, fold forward, doesn't matter how far. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, bring those arms out in front. Tuck the chin. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, swing those arms back behind you. Inhale, heart lift, squeeze the shoulder blades. Exhale, reach forward, lean forward. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. I'm bringing the hands straight out in front, taking a breath. Exhale, twist open to that left side or right side, whatever side you're doing. Breathing into center, arms out in front. Exhale, wipe to the other side. Come back to center, hands to heart center. We'll do one more, or you can decide to sit and breathe. Totally up to you. Inhale, arms rise, out and up. Exhale, slow fold forward, no hurry to get there. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, reach the hands forward. You got it. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, swing the arms back behind you, grab onto the chair. Inhale, heart lift. Exhale, reach forward, lean forward, strong through the core. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. And one last time, I'm going to bring my hands straight out in front and slowly twist to one side. Inhale, back to center. Twist to the other side. And then come on back to center, hands to heart center. And I'll just take a moment right here, right now, in this moment, to feel my feet on the earth, seat in the chair, and find one thing that I am grateful for in this moment. It could be the smallest thing. And just latching on to that first thing that pops up into your heart or your mind. When you think of the sentence, I am grateful for, just filling that in. And I think you know what I'm grateful for, friends. It's this community. So I'm going to bring my hands down into my lap and begin to transition to a standing pose. And this is optional, especially if you're caring for low energy. But I'm going to transition mindfully. I'm creating a little momentum, hands resting on my thighs. And I might just lift up a little bit and come right back down and do a few of these sort of practice lifts. Avoid this if you have knee issues, right? So this is really the action, right? Using those glute muscles. Sit to stand. And it's a lot harder than you think it's going to be when you just do it over and over again. And then I might come to stand when I'm ready. I could just come on up, walk it out, be loose, or stay seated, whatever feels good to you today. Take that sip of water or tea. Reset a little bit. Make sure there's nothing that you're going to trip over underneath. And we're coming up to stand with a little bit of a wider stance, or sit with a wider stance. And I'm going to gradually bring my right hand up my right rib cage. Take a breath into that hand, lift the rib cage, and relax back down. Left hand coming up to the left rib cage. Inhale. Exhale, release. So I'm just going to gradually get into my side bending here. So a little bit on each side to begin. This might feel really good to just stay in a subtle movement, or you might want to lift the arm as far as feels good to you and relax it back down. Staying rooted down through the feet, the legs are strong. And notice what happens with the shoulder that is not lifting up. See if you can really let that shoulder relax. It's an opportunity to kind of let go of effort. You got it, Renee. Beautiful. And then I'm relaxing back to center, a little wider stance perhaps, maybe the hands on the hips, and I'll take a few hip circles. So I'm just loosening up my hips. Nice small circles to start, or big circles, whatever feels good. Maybe coming back in the other direction. Very good. And then I'm going to come to stand with my feet about hip distance apart. And I can hold onto my chair if I would like to. I'm going to bend my knees and bring my hips back and pull my belly towards my spine, right? So I could have this chair here for support. And I'm turning on those glute muscles, pushing my feet apart isometrically and taking one big breath and coming back up to stand. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, sink down into your chair pose, bending the knees, arms straight out in front or holding onto the chair for support. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink down. We're going to do 2 more. If you're at your limit, you can stop and breathe in mountain pose. Good. 1 more. And then I'll just come up to stand and take my fists or paws to my low back. Give my low back a little massage up and down the outside of the spine. With my hands traveling up and down the low back. And then I'll just take a moment to see how it would feel to squeeze my shoulder blades together and lift my heart a little bit. And I'm really rooting down through my feet. So it's a little mini back bends. If you care for neck issues, just keeping that chin level with the earth. So the back bends are the uplifting, energizing shapes. You got it, Joe. Beautiful. And then I'm relaxing back to my mountain pose. So I'm going to take a moment to orient myself to a place where I can look somewhere far away. That's not my monitor. Maybe I can see a treetop or something in the other room. And I'm just going to root down through my feet. Let my arms rest at my sides. I might rinse my shoulders up, back and down a couple times. And I can always hold on to chair for support if I need it. Those legs are strong. My chin is level with the earth and I'm zipping everything up. But I'm also allowing some ease to pour into those places where I collect tension, like my jaw, my shoulders. And this is sort of a mental exercise, really, but I'm going to be inhaling and seeing if I could draw my awareness up my entire body to the crown of my head. And as I exhale, I'm sliding that awareness down to my feet. Breathing in, energy rising, awareness rising. Breathing out. I'm just like massaging my energetic body with my awareness. Entire body uplifted and rooted at the same time. We can take 2 more breaths here. And then I might like to walk it out a little bit. Opposite arm, opposite leg, swinging. Maybe my feet lift up off the earth, maybe they don't, and I'm just sort of shimmying along. Whatever would feel good, getting a little stretch to the toes or calves. You got it. And then I might feel good, it might feel good to come up onto my tiptoes or just keep walking in place. Reaching up onto the tiptoes and relaxing back down nice and slow. And again, finding that place to gaze. Maybe the arms lift with you. So we could take some tiptoe floats. Maybe it's just the arms. Breathing in, rising up. You got it, Betty Ann. I like that. It's beautiful. Really holding up there at the top and then sliding down the mountain. And I might take one more like that, tiptoe flows, strengthening the feet, strengthening the knees, strengthening the calves. And then I'll relax back from there. So I want to share with you a breath practice called the breath of joy. And it involves movement of the arms and a breath cycling. So it's going to be an inhale, 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 and exhale. And we'll come down, we'll kind of come down into that chair position on the exhalation. So you can do this seated, you can do this standing, whatever feels good to you. I'm going to be breathing in. I'm going to take 3 sips of air in through my nose, and I'm going to sigh it out my mouth with the arm movements that would outline like a conifer or Christmas tree, and then down the trunk. So I go inhale, 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 exhale, sip, 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 sigh it out. Your own pace. One more. All right, and then I might just come up and let those arms swing and dangle and move freely. I might get into some fun little movement, whatever the body's asking for. Maybe some sort of windmill movement could feel good. That's good. And then let's go ahead and come into our Warrior One posture. So I'm going to step my right foot forward and my left foot back at an angle. And I don't have to have a really long stance. I could have a short stance for this. That would be perfectly fine. I'm going to bend into my right knee, and I might feel a stretch in that left calf. I might feel a stretch in the left front of the hip. I'm going to squeeze that left glute muscle. My torso is upright, and your choice. What do you want to do with the arms? You want to keep them holding onto a chair? You want to bring the hands to heart center? Do you want to lift them overhead? Totally up to you, friends. Maybe it's just one arm going up into the air. Finding 2 breaths here. That heart is lifted. Almost a little mini back bend for this pose. You got it, Anne. And then I'm releasing from here, shortening the stance. Both legs are straight and strong, and I'll take a forward motion here, folding forward with my forearms on the back of my chair, getting a nice stretch for my right leg, going down as far as feels good to me. Maybe I don't round the spine if I'm caring for osteoporosis. Tuck that chin. Really nice. And then I'll make my way back up, step the left foot forward and the right foot back. So we'll find that Warrior One stance on the other side. Left foot forward, right foot back. It doesn't have to be the longest stance ever. I'm bending into my left knee, squeezing that right glute muscle. Torso nice and upright. You've got it, Marnie. That's beautiful. And just doing what feels best to me today with my hands, with my arms, with my paws. Finding those breaths. When you're ready to come out of it, it's good, Doug. We are shortening that stance. Both legs are straight and strong. I'm taking a bow, getting a nice stretch to the back of my left leg. I'm trying to avoid rounding the spine here. You got it, Jennifer. It's good. So glad to see you today, friend. Tucking that chin. And then we'll make our way up. Take a little bit of a wider stance. Maybe the toes point out to the sides a little bit. So this gets a little tricky. If you're feeling balance challenged by this, just bring the toes to point straight forward. I'm going to sink down into my knees a little bit. And I might hold onto my chair. I'm really engaging those muscles in the legs, in the glutes. And I might bring one or both arms out to the side like a cactus. This is kind of a tough pose called goddess pose. And I'm going to add a little dynamic movement to this. And you could do this seated. I'm going to inhale and lift up to the right, reaching for the stars, up to the right side. Exhale, sink back down. Inhale, reach the arms up to the left. You've got it. Exhale, sink back down. That's beautiful. Inhale, right, reach. Exhale, sink down. Maybe go a little deeper. Inhale, left. Exhale, sink. I'm going to hold here. Belly pulled in. Heart is lifted. Squeeze those shoulder blades. And then I'm giving myself a hug and walking my feet back together, hip distance apart. And I might just take a little walk in place. Maybe a forward fold or downward dog or wide-legged forward fold. Whatever would feel good here. So I could be seated for this. I could grab onto my chair. I could grab onto a countertop. My legs could be hip distance. They could be farther than hip distance. So I'm just deciding these things. What do I want? What do I need? And then when I'm ready, I'll come up nice and slow and take a slow ride down to my seated posture. We have sort of a standing contest here. The slower you go, the harder it is. Right, but please feel free to just sit down if that's what you need to do. Coming to sit in my chair. That's awesome, guys. Very good. Take that sip of water if need be. I'm going to wind down. Oh, so good, Ginger. There it is. Beautiful. I'm crossing that right ankle over my left knee. I'm not in any hurry to get there. I might take a little massage. I've been oiling my feet at night before bed. It's been a total game changer. And I notice when I don't do it, I don't sleep as well. It's like, you know, that winter cracked heel thing. I just made this part of my wind down routine. It's so effective for me as a self-care practice to support better sleep hygiene. You got it, Renee. Take good care, my friend. And I'm leaning my heart forward now and getting my hips stretch. What am I doing with my chin? Oh yeah, I'm jutting it forward. Let me switch that up a little bit. Lengthen the back of my neck. Relax my shoulders. Breathe. All right, come up to sit. Cross the knee over. We're in the home stretch here, friends. I'm going to take a little twist to my right using all those muscles in the core. Softening where I can soften. Peeking over that right shoulder. And slowly unwinding back to center. Let's do those same two poses on the other side with the left ankle over the right knee. Say hello to your foot or your shin or your calf. And then I'll take hold of what's available and just lean the heart forward to whatever degree feels good to me. And we have a little saying in yoga, where awareness goes, energy flows. So perhaps if you're having low energy, you could bring awareness to the whole body, like we did with that standing mountain pose exercise. Come on up, nice and slow. Cross the knee over. We're getting into a gentle twist to the left. Nice and tall. Twist a little bit. Be gradual. Good, relax. Back to center. Take another big stretch. And then we'll take maybe 5 more minutes here to just wind down. I'm going to come down onto the floor here, but I would invite you to find a really comfortable posture. Like that might mean actually grabbing a blanket, resting the blanket on your lap. That might mean just sitting back in the chair and feeling the support of the chair. So we're taking the next few minutes to rest the body. Very important that we do this. So however you're seated or reclining, you might stretch through the arms and legs and just contract all the muscles in the body that you can. And then sigh it out with an exhale. Practice that art of letting go of effort in the body. We're taking a big breath in, really stretching, contracting, and then letting go on the exhalation. Feeling that support underneath the seat. Breathing in, I am breathing out. I am a spirit having a human experience. For one moment longer, I could connect with a part of myself that is not my physical body. Something like the essence of me. And I could feel how big that essence really is and allow it to travel outside the borders of my physical container. sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Friends, you can stay resting as long as you need. If you're ready to emerge from your cocoon of rest, maybe you make some small movements, lick the lips, swallow, blink the eyes, stretch through the fingertips, stretch through the toes, and give yourself one more hug, just for taking this time to take such good care of yourself today. And I want to thank you so much for your practice, bringing the hands to heart center. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you showing up, taking care of yourselves, and being supportive of each other. It's truly an honor to witness. Namaste.